Hello everyone and welcome back to Genie Crafts. In today's video we are going to talk about some basics of Blender, and while doing so I'll be showing you how to make this icon. So I'll be explaining the basic concepts while I step by step make this icon in the Blender. So let's start. I promise you that by the end of the video you'll be able to make an icon exactly like you are seeing on the screen right now. So press Ctrl N to open a new file. This is the default window that comes up whenever you open any new file in Blender. This space is called viewport. This is your light, here is your camera angle, and this is the default cube. Some basic concepts before I start building the icon. If you want to zoom in or zoom out, use your mouse wheel button. Up and down will zoom in and zoom out of your 3D viewport. If you want to rotate your 3D viewport, just press the center mouse button and drag your mouse and you will be able to rotate your 3D viewport. If you want to shift your 3D viewport, considering there are multiple objects, then press shift key, middle mouse button, and you will be able to do it. So I'll explain the concepts while I'm building the icon. So let's start building it. First thing we need to do is to get rid of this default cube because I won't be needing it in my icon. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to select this cube by clicking on it, then press X or delete on your keyboard and delete the cube. We'll keep the light and the camera as it is because we'll be needing them later once we apply the color to our 3D model. So I want to start with the cylinder, the main body of the icon. To add any object, the shortcut is Shift A. It pops up the addition menu. Under the mesh, select cylinder. Now the default cylinder that you select has a lot of edges. As you can see that there are a lot of edges and I only need 5 sides to the cylinder. So what I'm going to do is that whenever you add any object, a small menu comes here in which you can customize the object. So I'm going to open it up and I'm going to change the number of vertices to 5. That means I'm converting my cylinder into a 5-sided cylinder. So as you can see, it is now a 5-sided cylinder. Now I want to edit this. So the first thing that I need to do is to go into the edit mode. To go into the edit mode, you press tab on your keyboard, or you can also select from here object mode or edit mode. So I want to go into the edit mode, so I'll press tab and I'll go into the edit mode. Under the edit mode there are 3 different options. One is your vertex mode, in which you will be able to select individual vertices. Then there is an edge mode in which you will be able to work with edges, and then there is a face mode in which you will be able to directly work with the face. In my case I want to work mostly with the face mode, so I'll keep the face mode selected. Now as you can see that half of our object is below the 3D viewport plane and half is above the XY plane. So I want to move the entire object above the XY plane. So to move the object, select the entire object, press A, it will select the entire object. And then what you need to do is that you need to press G to grab and then move it. Now in this case I only want to move it along the Z axis, so I will press G, and then on the keyboard I'll press Z and then move it up and down along the Z axis. In case you want to move it along the X axis, then GX, and you can move it along the X axis. Similarly GY will move it along the Y axis, and I have already shown you GZ. In case you just want to freely move it, then select the object, press G, and you can move it wherever you want. If you want to cancel the movement in between, then you just need to press escape and it will cancel. Now this cylinder is going to form the major part of our body, but this is very large right now. I want to scale it a little bit down on the Z axis. So the shortcut for scaling is S. So I'll press S and then Z because I want to scale it along the Z axis, and I will slowly move the cursor towards the object and I will be able to scale it down to the Z axis. That's the first part of our body. Now first we'll be building the bottom portion of the icon and then we'll move towards the stem of the icon. So now I need to start adding more layers to this. So to extrude any face, you first need to select that face. So I'll click here, I'll select the face, and now I need to extrude. That means I want to extend this face downwards. The shortcut is E, and I want to extrude it in the Z direction, so Z, and then press it down. Now you can scale the entire object or you can scale a particular face, edge or vertex also. So in this case I want to scale this entire face, so my face is already selected because I've just extruded it. I want to scale it down a little bit, so I'll press S and I will slowly shrink it till I reach the desired width. I want to extrude it again along the Z axis slightly, so E, Z, just a little bit, click to commit the action. Now we want to join all these vertex point, the 5 points of this face together at the center to form the tip of the acorn at the bottom. So to join, you need to pop up the join menu. For that the shortcut is Alt M, and I want to join everything at the center, so I will select center and all my points have joined at the center, and you have been able to build the bottom portion of your acorn. We'll apply colors later on. Let me just shift this a little bit. Now coming towards the top portion, the stem and the top of the acorn. So I'll select this face. I will extrude it in the Z direction on the upward side. Then I need to scale it slightly outward to give it a little shape. Then I want to extrude it again in the Z direction. I'll extrude it again. Then I want to scale it down a little. Now I want to create a stem from the center of it. Now currently there is nowhere you can extrude from the center, so you need to create an inset face within the same XY plane. To create an inset, the shortcut is I, and then you move your mouse till you reach the desired inset polygon. Now from this center face, the stem is going to crop up, so I'll press E and I'll extrude it along the normal, and then at the top I want to scale it a little bit so it looks like a stem. And then, like you can move the entire object, you can also move individual faces. I want to tilt this a little bit, so what I'm going to do is that I'm going to press G, grab this face and slightly tilt it so that the stem looks a little more natural, and you have your acorn ready. All you need to do is now to apply color. So I'll be using 3 colors: dark brown for the top portion, pastel yellow in the middle, and the black tip at the bottom. I just want to move this a little bit in the upward direction, so G to grab and putting it up a little bit, and I want to rotate it a little bit because it is looking a little straight, so I want to rotate it a little bit. So what I am going to do is, to rotate anything you press R and then choose the rotation direction. Now it's looking much more like an acorn that has fallen off the tree. Okay, now time to color it. To color, you first need to create the colors. So go into this material section. As you can see, that material properties, this particular section on the right hand side, and create 3 new materials for yourself: dark brown, pastel yellow and black. Add, give it a name so that you don't forget later on, and assign the color from here in the palette. You can reduce the darkness, it becomes dark brown. Now you need to add another one, this one pastel yellow. Assign the color from here, and then another one, that is the last one, that is the black. And change the color to black. Now it's time to assign the color. So the first thing you need to do is select all the faces to which you want to assign the brown color. So in this case this will be this. To select multiple faces, all you need to do is keep your shift key pressed and keep selecting the faces. Also you can see all the keys that I am pressing on the left hand side of the screen in the yellow. Yep, now all the faces are selected on which I want to apply the dark brown color. Just rotate it around and see whether if everything is selected or not. Always keep rotating your 3D viewport so that you know that everything is going as per your plan. Select the color you want to assign and then click assign. Now select the ones in which you want to apply pastel yellow. All are selected. Select pastel yellow, assign, and finally the black ones. Now right now you are not able to see the colors. I'll get out from the edit mode and go into the object mode again, but you will see the colors very soon. Let me just bring it into the center again and zoom out a little bit. Click here to see the shading, the colors that you have applied. As you can see, all the colors are here, but you cannot see it in action like in the form of a 3D shadow and everything. So you need to go to the viewport shading, and the moment you do that, you can now see the shadows. That's why I kept the light at the start. I did not delete this light. The moment I will delete it, or I can disable from here. This is your window where it shows all the objects that you have on the Blender. So if I click on this, it gets disabled and the shadow gets disabled. What I want to do is that I want to put 2 more lights. So I just want to duplicate this light. It says a good light of 1000 watts. So I just want to duplicate it. So to duplicate anything, Shift D is the command, and then you can move around anywhere you want. I want to move it slightly along the Y axis again, GY, and give it a little distance from the object. Similarly, I want to duplicate it again, so Shift D to duplicate. You can change the height and I want to move it along the X axis slightly, and you have now light coming from 3 different directions to give it a beautiful shading effect. Now all that needs to be done is to put it against a background. So I'm going to add a 2D plane in the XY area so that you can actually see the colors and the effect the light is having on the icon. So bring up the addition menu by pressing Shift A. In the mesh, select plane. It will get added at the center. Press S to scale it in all the directions. Just enlarge it a little bit so that it is covering your icon, and bring it slightly above the XY plane, GZ. And here you have your icon ready as promised at the beginning of this video. Do try it and let me know if you are able to do it or not. If you have any questions, I'll be more than happy to answer all your questions. If you guys like this video, then please do not forget to hit the like, share and subscribe button, and let me know if you want to have any specific tutorial in Blender. I'll be happy to create video on it and share it with you. I'll be back with another video very soon. Till then, stay safe, take care and bye bye.